Hello my friends, welcome to my channel, Bringer of Light Intuitive. I'm Cindy. Thank you so much for being here with me today. We're going to dive into a special reading today that I felt called to come and sit down and do. So this is going to be Why Am I Blocked in Love? And it's for my singles who are calling in love and this feels like a specific reading. So it's going to be for one of you, and I don't know who it is, but you'll know. You probably already do before we are even getting started, but this is going to be a specific message of how you can release the blocks between you and the love that you're calling in. So if you feel like love is just out of reach, if you're feeling like why is it delayed, why is it taking so long, why hasn't it come in, then this reading may be for you. And take it if it resonates and not if it doesn't, because this is not going to be for everybody. So I want to know, as always, who I'm reading for. So definitely, if this reading does resonate for you, please tell me who you are. In the comments below, let me know who I'm reading for, because this does feel like a very, very, very specific reading. And I have been feeling it all day. I've been hearing whispers in my ear. Why am I blocked in love? Why am I blocked in love? So we're going to look at that. And we're going to unblock you right now, today. So you can have and enjoy and experience the love that you want, that your heart wants. Do you know that what your heart wants in love is what you're meant to have? Do you know that? Because somewhere in you, deep inside, there may be some sort of a belief that says that love is not for me, or the love that I want is not available, or the love that I want doesn't exist for me. Or maybe there's some sort of unworthiness thing from your past that may have created an unconscious belief that you didn't even know was there. So let's go ahead and get some energy, and then we're going to pull some tarot. My friends that are watching this reading, the ones that are calling in love, that feel like it's at a distance, that feel like it is slow, that feel like, when is their turn? What is blocking them in love? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Thank you, Spirit, for the right message delivered in the right way from my friends who are watching this reading right now. Thank you for the energy that they need to know. Thank you for the message that they need to know. There's some sort of ancestral block, I think. What is this energy, please? The blessed energy says that you were brought to this reading to absolutely clear this block. We have the twin flame card showing up as well. Tell me more, please. Okay. The truth being revealed. We're revealing what's going on inside, so that we can interrupt this patterns, the patterns and the programming of love and what has transpired in your life, maybe all the way from childhood all the way up. Maybe you have you've had a repeating pattern, perhaps, of people leaving you, or feeling neglected, feeling left out, feeling like you just keep repeating a pattern of toxic romantic situations, narcissistic sort of people who take and don't give. It feels like this is something of a repeating pattern throughout generations. So it feels like you could be the chosen one to break this pattern, or literally a curse in your family line. This is a generational card. So and look at the number 11, which is a divine alignment. It's time for you to receive your divine alignment. And I feel like in your family line, you were the one that was chosen to break the curse that has followed generations of your family in receiving. I'm looking at the desert the sand and feeling like you lack in love, because the desert feels to me like this long drawn out process where I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing crumbs, not even crumbs really, because the desert feels to me like we've been trudging through this sand for a long time and we're getting nowhere, or we're feeling like we're getting nowhere, and we're attracting in love that's dry. We're attracting in love that lacks passion, that lacks giving, that lacks emotion. The desert is the opposite of, or so to speak, the opposite of, seeing a card with an ocean or a body of water. That's emotion and movement and stuff. The desert for me is like survival energy and learning to survive from crumbs and not receiving what you truly deserve in love. And it feels like it was passed down from generations, and it feels like you are the one that was chosen by the spirit realm to break this cycle. And I feel like you're the one that has had the worst of it too, because when we are the chosen ones, we end up enduring the worst in this love cycle. So you may be coming through several, maybe 3, maybe more than 3 repeating patterns of really, really difficult love in your life. And I have the healing card here, the mending card. So you've been taken through this process of releasing this curse, and you were brought to this reading to receive your healing, but also you've been receiving healing. You've been learning how to heal. It's one step in front of the other. It's one step at a time. You're on the right path, and you've been going through this healing process, but there may be something that is going to shed some light here as to what else needs to be released that's been blocking love from you. And that's why this Truth Be Told card is showing up, because it's this chest area is open and all of the hearts coming out. It's like what's blocking us from receiving love? Let's learn that truth so that we can take off this mask and we can reveal what it is that has been holding us back from being able to receive that beautiful balanced love that we want. Which brings me to the Blessed card. It means obstacles are being removed. This card literally means obstacles are being removed, and you were literally brought to this reading to have the block removed so that you can receive it. So guess what? This also means there is a sacred, dynamic, amazing soulmate relationship that is on the other side of this. So you're going to see this reading, whoever you are, you're going to receive this reading right before this comes. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you're going to receive it tomorrow, but you very well could. I mean, you could. I don't want to block that. I don't want to put that limitation on you. But it means that you needed to see this so that we can release that block to open you up and make space for your divine counterpart to come in. This is a blessed, sacred soul, deep soul union that is coming in, that is blessed by the divine. But it's also an energy of surprise, and it's an energy of obstacles being removed. And that is exactly why I'm sitting here, because I kept hearing, why am I blocked from love? Why am I blocked from love? What is the block and how can we remove it? So this is a blessed reading. Also, we're going from the 11 to the 22. These are master numbers. You were meant to be here. You were meant to be here. And you were meant to go through everything that you've gone through. And you are the one who is chosen. Even though your love life may have been the most traumatic and most awful and most challenging and most difficult cycles of your entire family, know that you are the one that is going to receive the highest reward on the other side of this. You are the blessed one. You are the blessed one. Your ancestors, the people that came before you, weren't able to heal this generational curse. You're the one that is strong enough to do it. You're the one that the universe decided you're the chosen one. Therefore, your blessings and your rewards on the other side of this are going to be the biggest and the best. And your entire family is going to look at you and say, wow, look at this love that came in for you. oh my gosh, it's beyond anything that any one of us could have imagined, including you, because you have been through so much that you can hardly imagine what is coming in for you. Let go of anything that you might be thinking of how love should be and what love should look like or who it is, and release any expectations, because the universe is ready to bless your socks off as soon as we can release these blocks, which we're going to do in this reading right now. All right, but know how blessed you are, because you're the chosen one. It may not feel like you're blessed. It may not feel like you've been blessed, because you were the one that was meant to go through the worst in order to receive the best. But you're breaking that family curse so that no one after you is ever going to have to deal with that again. But namely you. You're at the top of that list. So we're not going back to any sort of yucky relationships and energies in the past that you've had in your past. All right, so what are the blocks to love? What do my friends need to know? Interesting. I have the Seven of Pentacles, and I have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. First of all, we go 11, 11, 2, 2, 7, 7. This is by divine alignment that you are here, okay? But also when two sevens come out in a reading together, which they did, it tells me, the reader, for you, that you may be in a connection currently, or this is reflecting and showing the pattern that you've been in, that you are currently still in, of repeating, but there's somebody that is not aligning with you, that you're continuing to choose, and it's like an illusion. It's like and this may be the pattern, is you're getting all the signals that, there's something not right here, yet I want love because I'm coming from a place of lack of love. I'm coming from a place of, wounds and I always forget this word. A wound. Like a hole in your heart that you're wanting to be filled, right? But it's that wound that chooses to stay in situations that are not aligned for you, that don't actually make you happy. When two sevens come out in a reading, it tells me that there's something that you should be questioning, but it also tells me there's something you're already questioning. And you should listen to that. You should pay attention to that. There is something that is not right. So this could be the repeating pattern. When you attract in a person who is narcissistic, who is controlling, who is, whatever it is for you, and you choose to stay in that because you're coming from this place of, I need love because I'm coming from the lack of it, and I want love because, we have these patterns. We have these programs that tell us that, I need love in order to feel validated. I need love in order to feel whole. I need love in order to feel normal, because, hey, when we are little, especially I feel like us girls, when we are little, we are programmed with Disney movies and stuff that tell us that we have to grow up and find the one that completes us, when honestly we complete ourselves. We're already complete when we're put on this earth. You just existing means that you are whole and complete just as you are. You don't need someone else to make you feel whole. You don't need someone else to make you feel validated, safe, secure, or loved even. It's like a bonus. And it's like that's the goal that we have to get to, is really pouring into our own love, our own cup, our own self, and finding that security with or without. Filling that void. That's the void, the word I was looking for, that void in our heart that came from something from your past. So it's telling me with these other cards here, the Strength card and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is your most beautiful love story. This is the new love story. This is where you're headed. You're headed towards the one that fulfills every single need that you've ever wanted. This is the one that you really, really, really want. You desire in your heart of hearts, not because you need it, but because this is what I desire, because what you want wants you. What you want is what your destiny is. So think of this as longevity. This is commitment. This is balance. This is wholeness. This is not drama. This is not a toxic situation. This is not someone who makes you confused. This is not somebody who controls you. This is not an imbalanced situation like codependency. This is a healthy, stable, balanced love that lasts a lifetime. This is the one that you are meant to find. This is the one that you are destined to meet. And you're destined to meet them now, and that's why you're here, so that we can uncover this block to this love and know that the one that you see in your heart, the love that your heart is telling you that you desire, that's what you're meant for. And so the Strength card always talks to me about your most authentic you, and that most authentic, these are the things it wants. It's going to look different for each of us. What does this long-term commitment look like to you? Is it marriage? Is it not marriage? Do they have kids? Is it you building a life with kids together? Is it what is it? It doesn't matter who, and it doesn't matter the details, because the details are there because you're meant to have them. So it doesn't matter how big or how incredible or overwhelming or impossible that it feels. Your most authentic you knows what it wants, and it knows what it's destined for. And so those things that you want and you hold in your heart, that is what you're meant for, and that is why you're here. So we need to let go of the illusion that says that, when they come in, when I attract in a person and it immediately makes me feel unbalanced, it immediately makes me feel, chaos, confusion, the opposite of peace, the opposite of balance, the opposite of a healthy relationship. If I start to question myself, if I start to doubt, if I start to feel inferior, if I start to give my power away, if you're feeling that right now, if you've attracted in a connection and you're feeling that right now, stand up for what it is that you want in your heart and say no to anything that does not align to that by retracting your energy immediately, because you want to prioritize yourself, you want to fill your cup, and you want to be secure, safe and secure within your wholeness, because you're whole and complete just as you are, because you exist and you are love. By the way, you are love, and you are the prize, and your presence is a privilege. And if this person or the repeating pattern in your past does not make you feel like that, then they are not for you. But choosing to stay in it is because you're coming from a place of lack. You're coming from a place of, I need someone to validate my, and fix me, basically. And so your cards are saying, stand firm in what your authentic you, in confidence that you don't need. And that's the goal. That's what we need to overcome. We need to overcome the lack. We need to overcome the need for love and become love. Become wholeness. That's our goal to achieve. Is to be that one who is good with or without it. Someone who finds contentment and peace and joy in their life with or without it, because that makes you magnetic to the love coming in. So that feels like your block. But let's see. What are the blocks to this 10 of Pentacles love for my friends? And loneliness. You stay in bad relationships because you are lonely. If that doesn't give you chills, it makes me want to cry. Be okay with being okay with yourself. That's what we just were talking about. We have to overcome the fear of loneliness, and we have to learn how to be confident in our own skin, confident in who we are and who we were created to be, and see ourselves as that prize, and see ourselves as your presence is a privilege. You don't need to chase love. You don't need love to validate your loneliness. That's a pattern from the past. And it comes from a place of neglect. It comes from a place of abandonment. It comes from a place of fear, of loneliness, and lack. And so that is the block. It's the lack block. Let me see what else I have here. Seeking perfection. Everyone has flaws. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter. I feel like this is more speaking to you feeling like you have to be perfect. I feel like that's what this is saying, is that it's going with that fear and that loneliness because you're coming from a place of lack, and lack usually triggers in relationships, it triggers a chasing energy. And I feel like the chaser is usually the one who thinks that they have to be perfect, that thinks that they have to do everything right, that thinks if they just do it all right, or if they earn love somehow by showing up or being loyal, even if you're treated bad or shrinking in some way to put someone else on a pedestal or put someone else first because that's how you were raised. You were raised to, be... So many religious households are raised to think that we have to shrink and put others ahead of us, and that's godly, or that's righteous or whatever. So that's feeling like it's part of this. But I feel like seeking perfection, truly, what this card is truly saying is that you think you need to be perfect in order to receive love. And maybe you've been told in past relationships that there was something wrong with you. And maybe that triggered your little self on the inside to have this unconscious belief that love is not safe unless I'm perfect, unless I do everything right. And yet you can do everything right, and you can strive and strive and strive to be perfect, but it still doesn't work because you're coming from a place of lack. Which brings me to this too hard, trying too hard. You believe that it has to be hard when it doesn't. Let love flow naturally. You believe because you have some sort of deep-seated belief that may be unconscious to you, that love means it's hard because that's what's been passed down to you, is striving to be perfect, coming from a place of lack, and trying too hard, thinking you have to earn love, thinking that you have to, even coming from a place where you might have, these are unconscious, remember, these are unconscious blocks, thinking that you have to suffer in some way because love is supposed to be hard. That may be where you've come from. So let's release these blocks right now. I want you to get a pen, pause this reading, get a pen and a paper and write this down, or your notes up on your phone. And I want you to say these affirmations in the mirror, looking in your left eye in the mirror twice a day, at least, looking in your left eye because that's your receiving eye. Okay? And I want you to do this twice a day for the next 7 days. And this is going to release this block for good. Okay, and then you are going to stand in your boundaries from now on, and if you're in a relationship or a connection or talking to somebody right now that is not aligning with what your heart truly wants, which we've got right here, maybe you want to make note in your journal about what it is that you truly want and how you want to feel and how you want to be treated and how you want to be talked to, because then you'll have clarity. This is what I want, and when this person makes me feel the opposite of that, I know that I have to stand up courageously and confidently for myself that this is not the one, and that means that the one is right behind it. So get yourself clarity too. And then I want you to write down these affirmations. I don't chase, I attract. What is meant for me easily finds me. Not hard, but easily. I'm going to start over again. I don't chase, I attract. What is meant for me easily finds me. The partner I seek is also seeking me. And I now release any blocks that are standing between us. It is always working out for me. Okay? Is there anything else? Let's see. Love is always working out for me. Change it to love is always working out for me. Yes, that's what they want for you. I have chills. I don't chase, I attract. What is meant for me easily finds me. The partner I seek is also seeking me. And I now release any blocks that are standing between us. Love is always working out for me. Period. When you say that, I want you to receive that. And it may feel foreign, and it may feel weird, and it may feel like a lie. But I want you to say that every single day, and I want you to trust it. Okay? In full confidence. Because that is what your most authentic self wants for you. And this is going to remove the obstacles, remove the blocks, and bring in that love that you cannot believe how good it is. And you are going to find yourself in this new love story that is a big, giant reward for every person, every time in your life that you poured and poured and poured and poured your soul into that you did not receive. You're being rewarded for all of that, all the love that you've poured out onto others that you did that was not reciprocal or that ended up hurting you. You are about to receive rewards, back rewards, backdated all the way through the generations. Your love story is going to be better than anyone else's, and it's okay for you to be excited for that. And I want you to come back, and I want you to tell me what happens in the next 7 days. And even if you feel like nothing is happening, you're literally releasing unconscious blocks that have been there for generations. So you just keep doing it, you keep going, and you keep trusting in confidence that your perfect love story is already unfolding in the most perfect way. And before you know it, you will be on the same page at the same time with this person. The same page, I say, same path. Because that's what this card says. If I can pick it up. Spirit has a way of putting you in the right place at the right time in front of the right person. That is the one that ends up being the one that you spend the rest of your life with. In a complete harmony, balanced, safe, healthy, stable, whole, beautiful, legacy, material love.